Alright, so this week has been origins and the like kind of introductory topics most collab channels I've seen start off with. I will make two side notes. One, if you hear any thumping or some sort, the people above me are like playing jump rope or hopscotch or something. I don't know. It's been going on and off for the past hour and they don't seem like they're gonna stop, so I apologize if you hear that, but it shouldn't be too loud. And if you hear any side comments or laughter, I actually have a peanut gallery while I'm filming this that are working on stuff. If you hear sobbing, one of them is probably failing French or something, so there's that. But origins, I guess going to origins, it really depends on where you want to say origin story for me began. As far as YouTube, growing up, like I always knew of YouTube because you kind of can't with most of us. I think most of us fall in the age range where, you know, the internet was always a thing kind of for us. I used to just use it for like music videos and stuff, and I might have watched like an occasional like vlog brother video or something if a friend had linked it or something. Almost 2 years ago I wasn't really big into YouTube, and then I lost my laptop for a while. It was my freshman year and I was away from home. I didn't have a computer. I didn't want to be going in the computer labs and spending basically all my time there to start school because it was the start of school. I didn't have a whole lot to do there, and I would feel really awkward checking like my social media sites in the computer labs, even though that's what like almost everybody does in those things instead of actually doing work, or at least they'll do that while they're doing work. But I was lucky enough to have a kind friend who would let me use her laptop when she wasn't in class, and when she was back in dorm and I was there and I kind of basically had nothing to do because I didn't have any books with me, we would sit down and she started showing me a bunch of YouTube videos, and I'm like, oh yeah, I totally watched a bunch of these, or I totally watched a bunch from that person before. And then like we started actually actively watching a bunch more. That by the time I got my laptop back, I created a YouTube account, and then I started watching YouTube, and I haven't really stopped since actively. Like I actually started subscribing to channels and keeping up with channels, which was weird and also fun because then I was finding other people, and it was really just like kind of great, and that's how that went. Going to the identity part, Tim, why with the quote? I'm an English major. Not knowing the rest of that quote kind of irks me, also kind of being a theater person. So, you know what? I'm gonna say the rest of the quote, because that's from Shakespeare, from Romeo and Juliet, which I'm pretty sure he's aware of. He just couldn't remember the rest of the quote off the top of his head. The quote is actually from Juliet when she's arguing with Romeo. What's in a name? That what we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, attain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and take for that name which is no part of thee all myself. Take all myself. Shakespeare. Yeah. I'm actually taking a Shakespeare class next semester, which is gonna be a lot of fun, so I'm gonna have to deal with that quote probably a bit. As far as who I am and kind of going into more when I started YouTube, I did it at the start of this recent school year because I was away from friends I made at college, and I was away from a lot of people at home, and I figured it was something to try to, you know, kind of just do for me, because I'd thought about doing it before, but I wasn't quite sure how, and I hadn't figured it out. And then I decided, you know what, it's the start of a school year, why not just kind of wing it, because that's how everyone almost seemed to start it out, was they were like, okay, I'm just gonna take a video camera and see what happens from here. And that's what I did. I took a camera, actually I just used the webcam for a long time, and most of those videos are down now from my channel. And then I got an actual camera. So I started off kind of making random videos which were just me talking about things until I found BookTube, which is where I settled in and have been comfortably for a while, and I'm still trying to figure out things with it and, you know, figure out what kind of stuff I'm gonna do and how to get original stuff up and everything, so there's that. But I think, like Tim said, as far as I'm aware, and from what I've seen of everyone else's channels, they like to do, like, they want to do film stuff. Me, not so much. YouTube's kind of a thing that I wanted to do, so I'm doing it. I'm kind of really weird that way, I guess, in a sense, in that, like, YouTube isn't something I necessarily see as a future career for me, and it's not necessarily practicing skills that I'm going to use for a future career. It's just actually me finding a way to keep in touch with people and like kind of getting some of my ideas out in the world, which is kind of great because that's what a lot of people do, and you know, it has an impact on people, so why not? Which I guess is part of why, like, when I went into YouTube, and I have always kind of kept this mentality of I'm just doing this for fun, and that's it. I've really had no expectations. Like, the fact that I'm at 59, almost 60 subscribers is astounding to me, and if I continue to grow, that's just gonna be something where I'm like, I can't believe people actually want to hear me talk. But that's just kind of where I've seen it, and I don't really have any YouTube aspirations. All my aspirations are off of YouTube. It's just the way I am. I kind of, I had a conversation this past weekend where I was talking about how I'm really kind of see myself as a sort of Renaissance woman, in the fact that I want to learn how to do a crazy amount of things that like used to be something that women did all the time because it was before the internet and Netflix and distractions. But it's things where I want to learn at least like 2 other languages. I want to learn how to knit and crochet and make plushies. I want to learn how to like carve wood once, maybe like weld. I want to do a crazy amount of things, and I just want to keep learning. I'm one of those people that's really weird and actually likes being in school and has actually considered being in school for a while, if not for the fact that being in school is expensive. My only aspiration that I have, I guess, going towards a career-wise thing, is that I want to be an author. I want to be someone who writes and you pick up my book at like Barnes & Noble or something and have quite a few book ideas out and that I'm working on. I'm even writing a play this month, which is kind of crazy. But I think that covers most of the who I am and how I started and this whole YouTube thing. So I'm gonna stop now before I ramble too much, because I ramble a lot. I look forward to hearing from the Thursday and Friday people until we get back to Tim. So until then, I'll see you guys in the comments below, and you know what, let me know what crazy thing you want to learn. I guess, at least in my comments, what you guys should put for my video. So until next week, bye.